Okay, Clay just got done patronizing me, and we're filming at the Pleasant Street Tea and Coffee Company. Clay is started. How long ago did you start your adventure?
I'm on day 12 right now. I took off from Orlando, and here I am in beautiful Gloucester.
Beautiful Gloucester. And the name of your, where can people find your website?
Well, I'm on travelpod.com, and then you can get directly to it if you go travelpod.com/members/Kaleo-Day. That's Kaleyooday, or just travelpod.com and punch in Kaleo-Day and you'll find me.
Okay, great. Now that we got the formalities through, let's talk about the whole reason for you starting this adventure that you've been on for 12 days.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting progression. I was a lieutenant paramedic firefighter with Orange County Fire Rescue for 20 years, getting up every night, running calls and emergencies and all that responsibility of running a firehouse. I was raising my daughter by myself pretty much for about 6 years, since she was 12 years old. And I had a girlfriend and all the responsibilities of family and the house, and I was getting out of shape. I wasn't sleeping good. I was miserable. And I wanted to get back to the way I used to be, carefree. So I started unraveling things. I left my job. I got a nice retirement from them. My daughter, she's almost 17. She didn't want to listen to me anymore. She had a boyfriend. So my daughter, she didn't want to listen to me anymore. And we had a little fight, a big fight. And I said, okay, you go back to mom. And I broke up with my girlfriend. She wasn't, she was great. She was pretty, but she was busting my chops a little bit much, and I wasn't doing exactly what I wanted. So I just unraveled it all. I left my job. I sent my daughter back to her mom. I broke up with my girlfriend, and I started sitting there thinking, I was a little upset, and I realized that I'm free, and I could do whatever I want. And what I really wanted to do was go have adventures, get in great shape, and eat really good food and try to get back to the way I used to be. And it just hit me like an FAN, like a fan club. Fitness, adventure, nutrition. I'll do that every single day. I have an Aztec, which is like a sport recreation vehicle. I pulled out the rear seats of it. I threw down a mattress in there. I put my kayak on my roof, my mountain bike on the back. I got my hiking shoes, my fishing pole, my frisbees, basketballs, grill,
right?
Everything that I could think of that I would want to do involving fitness, adventure, and nutrition. And I had a basic itinerary of heading up the East Coast. I need to go to Sault Ste. Marie, Canada, and check out some land that I inherited and see what it's worth and what to do with it. And it sort of evolved into, why not just go from town to all the cool places I wanted to go and see what was out there, and every day live my dream. So basically, I'm like a teenager again, only I got cash.
Right.
So if I need to sleep in my car, I sleep in my car and I can rough it. And if I need a nice place every now and then, I get a hotel room. And I'm meeting the greatest people because I'm in the best places.
So you started out in Orlando.
Right.
And what places have you hit so far? And after that, what brought you to Gloucester?
Okay. I had a general itinerary of going up the East Coast. Once with my daughter, I was in the Outer Banks of North Carolina and Ocracoke Island. And I love places that are a little out of the way, a little unique, have character to them, like Ocracoke. So I took the ferry, all across on the Outer Banks into Ocracoke, except it was just the hottest weather in the history of Ocracoke. It was 106 degrees. Oh. I pulled my car off. I was going to sleep in a campground there, and it was so hot.
Yeah.
And the mosquitoes were so bad that I got a hotel room there. And they didn't have Wi-Fi connections there, and I couldn't make phone calls on my new iPhone 4, which is what I'm going to learn. I learned how to use so I could record everything, write stories about it, take videos, interview people, and I post it on my travel site, and also I have a Facebook account, which links to the Travel Pod, which I figured all this out in a week. And
it's not that hard, right? I mean, if you just apply yourself you can figure this stuff out.
Right. I have a degree in journalism, but I graduated South Florida in 1981, and the technology there was electric typewriters.
Right.
You know, so
it was just on the cusp, because in '85 I went to Bentley, and we were like one of the first schools that every kid got a computer. It was like unheard of at the time, and so it was just on that cusp, you know.
Right. So I mean, I let technology get away from me, but in order to do this, I knew I needed to embrace technology. I saw this iPhone 4 come out. It has the high definition video. It's got the. I've seen.
I mean, on your website, the quality. You wouldn't know that it was taken with the camera phone. The pictures are fantastic. The video is fantastic.
That's the beauty of it. I could go on adventures. I could take it on the kayak as I'm kayaking. I could take it in my runs and my hiking, and I'm not carrying a big camera. I'm not carrying a video equipment. I'm not carrying. It's all on one little phone. Yeah. It's phenomenal. So that's what I'm doing.
Now, cities and towns everywhere should take note of what he said. He was down in the Carolinas, the Outer Banks.
Right.
And there's no places with free Wi-Fi.
Right.
In this day and age, people have got to get with it. There has to be towns. There has to be places with free public internet access in this day and age.
Yeah, but I've learned to figure out where to go, like
coffee shops.
Coffee shop. You know what a great thing is? The public library. Yeah. You know, I was in Newport, and one of the guys says, use the library. I didn't even think the library. I go in there. I have a place to plug in my computer and power everything up. Plus, it had a great connection.
Yeah.
And, you know, coffee shops are great too, such as this.
So how exactly did you find Gloucester? Because was Gloucester ever on your radar before you started your trip?
Oh, basically, I look at, I use that iPhone 4. It has maps, it has information. I mean, wherever you go, it's a phenomenal device. Yeah. And I looked up the coast, and Gloucester, it's an old-time fishing village. I remember remembering it. And I was heading up through Rhode Island, and I didn't know where to go. I stayed at a campground that night. I think it was the Whispering Pines. It was nice. And as I left, there was a little outfitter, kayak and camping outfitter place. And I stopped in there, and they broke out a map, and we started looking at it. They recommended I go to Newport, which was phenomenal. I did that cliff walk, and I ran it, and then I went to Block Island after that, and I biked through the whole thing, and I jogged to the lighthouse. And they said, you know, Gloucester is also, they pointed it on the map, and I looked at it, it's right there, you know, sticking out like into the ocean, and I could see the little inlets and rivers and everything that run through it, and I said, that's perfect, an old-time fishing village. They said, yeah, that would be good. So I kept it, and after Newport, I headed to Gloucester, and man, the first morning I got here, and I saw it was crisp, it was cool. I had actually chills for the first time in months. It was the most beautiful, crisp day, and I stood there and I just started videoing and talking to people, and I'm just having a ball here. Staying at the Crow's Nest, the historic place. I didn't even know. I stumble onto these things. You know.
Oh, you walked into the Crow's Nest. You didn't know that it would anything to do about it.
I didn't know any. I didn't know. I mean, I'd seen the movie a while ago, but
it didn't register.
It didn't even register until I got there and started talking to people.
Oh, that's funny.
And I was staying in a room that Mark Wahlberg stayed there for 3 weeks. They tell me right down a couple doors down. You know, it's great. I love it.
Yeah. So, what do you find about the special about Gloucester?
The people are fantastic. You know, I don't want to badmouth any particular place, such as Orlando, Florida, which is like a city with no soul. Everything's generic. Yep. There's, you know, big corporate stores and restaurants everywhere. You come here, everything's mom and pop. The people are smart here. They're outdoors, they're healthy, they're energetic, they're great conversationalists, and they're happy, they're fun, and they're outgoing. I haven't said good morning or hello to one person that didn't smile and greet me right back with it. In Orlando, they ignore you when you say good morning. You know, it's a whole different way of life. I don't know what it is about these people in Gloucester, but they're great. And your town is gorgeous, and your weather in the summer. It's just, I'm exhilarated. You can't tell. I can't wait to get out on my bike and hike and run and kayak and do all the things I love.
There you go. All right. Well, everybody has to go to your site. One last time, we're going to wrap it up right here. How can they find you?
You can go to Facebook on Clay Kallman, ClayKallman, and find me on that. And you can link to me on travelpod.com/members/KaleyOday, KaleyOday. Thanks
so much, Kelly.
All right.